Welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today is a wonderful Thursday. It is the 9th, my friends, of this month, and we are on our way when it comes to the crypto markets. But before we get into all of that, guys, I got to do somebody some justice, some peoples that have shown us love for a long, long time. If you guys don't know who them peoples is, let me go ahead and share it with you. If you guys don't know, our channel sponsor is Kujira.network. Kujira has been sponsoring this channel for a few months now, for a good while now. And we absolutely adore and love our partnership with Kujira. Can't be any more prouder to be building with Kujira as far as the social sentiment, the social awareness goes for Kujira.network. We've been long-term supporters of a team that is trying to bring sensible business practices, realistic, manageable, and sustainable growth to our ecosystem. Guys, if you don't know about Kujira.network, is the blockchain for real yield, a decentralized ecosystem for protocols, builders, and Web3 users seeking sustainable fintech. There's so much things happening in Kujira, on Kujira, that you guys need to be aware of. That's just my humble opinion. Definitely check them out, guys. Thank you, Kujira.network, for always believing in IBC Gang and me, myself, as an individual. I really, truly thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm very, very humbled by your guys' support and appreciate it. With that being said, guys, let me go ahead and jump off of this real quick. Let me just get into first of all, check this out. Shout outs to Yieldmos. If you guys don't know our friends at Yieldmos, check the shirt, check the merch, guys. I got to hang out with Kaku during NFT Nashville. What a great guy. But the whole team at Yieldmos is fabulous, guys. Definitely check them out as well. Just want to say that I love good fitting, good feeling shirts as well. I really appreciate everything that they do for the Cosmos ecosystem. And I really do appreciate bringing me this shirt that shows the cannons. The cannons. You used to call these things Martha Stewart. This is Martha. Martha's a G because Martha's been in prison. She's you know the deal with Martha. And then this is Stewart. If you guys don't know, like Mad TV, Stewart, look what I can do. Stewart's a nice clean cut boy. This one don't have no tattoos, so it's Martha Stewart. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the deal. I brought back the microphone in my face because it felt weird to have it hanging from above. So again, apologies, guys. I'm gonna have to get used to that. Um, Hopefully you guys can hear me okay though. Let me know in the chats if you guys can hear me okay. I really would appreciate that. Also, while we're at it, before we jump on into the charts, if you guys would do me a huge favor, it is hard. It's the bear market. I find very little support. Streamers in general find very little support when it comes to putting out content, especially in the things that we're interested in. So if you guys would like the video, share it with your mama, sister, brother, auntie, uncle, whoever's stealing your lunch at work, and subscribe. It really goes a long, long way when you guys do so. I know I would very much appreciate it. And everybody else who loves the content probably would as well. Let me make sure my audio is working. Yeah, it's working. It's working. Cool, 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 cool. Bada bing, bada bum. Get out of here. All right, guys. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Try to keep this nice, short, and sweet here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Dow Jones. Let's go and take a look at the Dow. The Dow Jones and the rest of the traditional markets, though, not open just yet. So this is a little bit ahead of what time we usually stream at. But I wanted to get ahead of things and kind of just give you guys my 2 cents before the day starts. Guys, the Dow Jones is down yesterday. Just barely 0.12%. So it's basically flat, to be very honest with you. If we're taking a look at things before the bell opens up, you can see the RSIs were rounding downwards. We were popping back into the positive money flow. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you can see that being represented here with the momentum waves rounding back to the upside, this red negative momentum wave, which is sell pressure becoming weaker and weaker as it travels back into the chartreuse or green yellowish looking color here, which represents the positive money flow. Excuse me. You can also see it being represented down here quite easily on the bars, red being negative again, green being positive money flow. I'm sorry, this is the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, you can see that we've been there for a little while now. We've been there since let me see here, August. So yeah, we've been in a negative money flow for a long, long time. Just recently have we crossed over into the positive money flow. So again, something to think about. You can see it being represented down here on the daily time frame. Again, guys, this is the daily time frame. You can see it again since actually since September on the daily time frame have we been in a negative money flow. That is giving us about, what is that? 48 days, 48 days of negative money flow. The 4 hour now just crossing back into positive money flow. Hopefully that momentum, that positive money flow will start translating into the daily time frame, the higher time frames, and that will be a really, really good thing. You can see that right now on the daily time frame for the Dow Jones, we are now trying to cross over with the RSIs, that 60 line on market cipher B. That's this range here, that white line right there. That's usually a good sign. That's when momentum might actually carry us back over to the high side. Let me kind of show you guys what I'm talking about here when it comes to market cipher B. Market cipher B is where I really like to stay when it comes to market cipher. Yes, the traditional candlesticks are really, really fun or whatnot, but I can see everything that I need to see when it comes to market cipher B that I need to see on the charts. What's up, Matt Miller? Hello. We're starting early again, my friend. Well, hello. A nice warm coffee. This is what I'm talking about. When it crosses over that 60 line right here, you can see that white line, right? Where we've dipped below it and then we come back above it. Again, this was in the past, back in May. But when we come above it, there's a good chance of us staying above it for some time, right? Like we stayed above it in the past. Was the last time we crossed over that 60 line for about 74 days. Since, oops. Oh, I hit the delete twice there. Oh, my bad. Let me go back. Oh, let me go back here. Stop it. Messing stuff up here. When we go back here, you can see that once we do cross over, if we do cross over, there is a high probability of us staying above for a quite a, like, at least for the end of this year, possibly. It was 70 something days in the past. If we do that again, we're going to be crossing over into the new year. That would be a strong way to end the year for the Dow Jones. Not to say that it's going to happen that way, but there's a good possibility of that happening. You can see that happening if you backtest. I'm not going to do it right now for the sake of time, but there's a strong possibility just looking at backtest or the past price action or the past patterns for the RSIs that we do stay above it for a significant amount of time. And if we do, guys, that is going to be a really, really good thing for the markets. I know a lot of people have been saying recently that they think that the Fed is basically done with the rate hikes, that they're just going to kind of hold us here for longer if they need to, but they're done basically raising rate hikes. And again, guys, that's just going to be a good thing for the people that have been prepared for it, right? Not for everybody, but that's going to be a good thing for the people that have been prepared for things. So again, guys, something to think about. Let me sit up a little bit in my chair. I actually went and camped in my backyard with my oldest last night, and so kind of hurting, slouching. I was laying on a mat, but I was still laying on the floor in a tent out in the yard, just having some fun, right? Being adventurers in our own backyard sometimes. God, what is going on with this thing? Why is it not staying down? Stay down. No, look at that. Look at that. It's like the Kuji chart. It just wants to keep rising. I don't know what's going on here. Excuse me. Look at this thing. It's still slowly creeping. That's so awkward. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna try to ignore this and just keep talking here. Maybe I'll just hold this down like this the entire freaking time. Look, if anybody has a sponsorship for a good mic arm, let me know, because this one sucks and this wasn't actually cheap. So it's kind of funny that it's doing that stupid things. Anyway, now you're just messing with me. Now you're just messing with me. There we go. Nope, still doing it. All right. Let's move on. So yeah, the Dow Jones, let's see what happens when it opens up here in the next 30 minutes. The NASDAQ was up just barely, also flat, but just up barely. On the daily time frame, we still have negative money flow. RSIs are crossing both over that 60 line. You can see that, again, same thing with the Dow Jones as far as the NASDAQ goes. We were trying to breach on into that positive money flow on the daily time frame. But if you zoom in here, you can see that we did kind of stall out. it did happen in the past before too, and it does look like it's kind of stalling out as well with that momentum. So be careful about that, my friends. Oh, excuse me. If you go and take a look at the regular market cipher A or candlesticks, you can see that we're still on the very, very high side of things. Again, we're not far. Oops. We're not far from all-time highs or previous highs that we've had in the past. Basically, from where we are right now to previous all-time highs, we're 4% away. That's 4% away. That's insane to think about, guys. Like, think about where we are right now to like all-time highs. We're less than 10% away. So as we're coming up between those ranges of like 4 to 10%, expect a lot of volatility, guys. Expect a lot of volatility, a lot of profit takers to be doing their thing, because that's what I would definitely be doing. That's what I would, not suggesting it to you guys, not never financial advice, but that's what I would be doing, right? So be mindful of that. Um, Still in the past, if you've ever taken any position, again, I'm just gonna kind of like really ring that bell. If you're in a position of taking profits, consider it, at least consider it. I mean, guys, for goodness sakes, from the lows that we recently just were able to take part of, to where we are right now, you're 43% up, almost 44% up. Like, you at least gotta consider it, right? Because you never know when this could all just go to hell in a handbasket. Not saying that it's going to, but uh, I just gotta keep ringing that bell. The Russell got demolished yesterday, again down 1.07. Again, we're waiting for the bell to open up today. You can see pre-markets. Let me see here. I don't know if you guys can see this because my big head's in the way. You can see pre-markets here, just above my image, is showing that they're expecting positive price action, right? Let me go and take a look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq not showing that yet. Excuse me. That's what I get for sleeping outside. Allergies again, guys. Allergies. Um, but yeah, so the Russell right now is showing a little bit of hopium for the opening bell. We got to see what happens. You can see the Nasdaq right now showing a bit of hopium as well, and also the Dow Jones. You can see the futures showing a little bit of hopium as well, a little bit of positive price action. We got to be patient though. Right when the bell opens, there's a lot of things that can happen right when the bell opens, right? We go up, we go right back down. So be careful about that, my friends. SPX, or the S&P 500, also tremendously in a great position if you were taking positions in the past here when we saw the lows. Again, we did start printing out this handle just recently, and we are now coming back up, in my humble opinion, to finish out this handle. That being said, though, that doesn't mean that we can't keep doing this while we're finishing out this handle, right? So we're going to have our ebbs and flows. We're going to have our downturns for the S&P 500 if we are right about this cup and handle pattern playing out. But be mindful of those ebbs and flows, because while that's happening, you're going to get shook. A lot of people get shook of their convictions. They get emotional. They start doubting themselves. Just remember the long-term vision, the thesis, the thought process, right? And remember, if you're taking profits, it's much harder to shake you from that tree, much harder to shake you from that train of thought if you're consistently being a profit taker and you're consistently ensuring your wins. Because if you're doing that, if you're wrong, it doesn't matter. If you're right, great. But if you're wrong, again, it doesn't matter, because you ensured yourself to be a winner no matter what. So always consider taking profits, not financial advice, right? But if you want to be a long-term player in this game, making sound decisions to better your financial future for yourself and your family, the way that you do that is by considering taking profits whenever profits are in your face. Not financial advice, just telling you that's what separates winners from losers. Losers hold on for dear life, crossing their fingers and hope. Winners, they take their wins as they come. They don't go for knockout punches. They see that base hit, they see that jab, they know the strategy, they know the percentages, they know their risk management, ratios, and they stick to a game plan. So I'm just saying that, make sure that you're a winner, my friends. Matt Mill, or Millie Matt, how's your day going, man? How is your day going? Guys, please don't forget, share this out on social media. Let people know that we are live. Also, like the video on YouTube, like it on Twitch, wherever you're watching it, and consider subscribing. Really would appreciate it. But yeah, guys, let me know your guys' thoughts. Let me know your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about the traditional markets? Do you guys think these indexes are going to go up? Do you think they're going to stall out and go back down? What do you guys think? With that being said, let's move on until the actual bell opens up for the traditional markets. Let's check out the VIX. The VIX is let me see here. Apologies, my friends. Apologies. Having a little bit of a coughing fit. Nasal. It's Tennessee. It's crazy. Um, Yesterday, same thing. It was a little flat. We see the markets are moving a little bit right now for the DXY. It does look like it's fighting for position right now. It does look like it's fighting for that 104.63 mark, that yellow line that we've been threading on and testing recently as resistance. We cut through it though, and now we're seeing if it holds up as support. A lot of things happening for the DXY, guys. A lot of things happening for the dollar. And I did say for the long time, and I'll stick to this. I do think it's inevitable. The dollar's fairy tale money until we go back to a standard of sorts. I just really am not very bullish on the dollar long term, and I'm talking about multiple decades. If we ever do get back to a standard of sorts or like something changes fundamentally, like, yeah, that might change as well. I did say also a few months ago that I did see a narrative, I did see a conversation, which did convince me that the short term bullishness of the DXY could come back and we could stay in this long term pattern for the DXY. If you see on the weekly here that we've been in to the upside, we've been in this channel since 2008 to the upside. I do think that there is a possibility, there is a narrative, there is a story that we could, for the short term, and what I mean by short term is over the next couple of years, still see ourselves in this upwards channel. Now, long term though, I do think it's long overdue that we see a correction in the DXY. It's inevitable. It's not my humble opinion; it's the opinion of the charts, right? You see, usually, again, I'll just kind of remind you guys. You see, was it 5-year upturns and then multiple year downturns, 5-year upturns, multiple year downturns, right? We've been in this upturn for much longer than usual. Yeah, much earlier today. I felt froggy today. I want to get into it. I saw a lot of good things happening, John, and I was like, let's get into it. Kuji's pumping, Bitcoin was pumping, Solana's pumping, Link's pumping, all the things that, I've been kind of dabbling in is pumping. I was like, let's get this energy going. But I appreciate you being here, man. But yeah, go back to the DXY. We've been in for the first time ever, guys. And this is not my opinion. This is the opinion of the charts. Again, look at this, guys. 5-year uptrends, right? Multiple year downtrends. 5-year uptrends, give or take a year. Multiple year downtrends. First time ever have we been in an uptrend that's been longer than 5 years, right? Much longer than 5 years. In my humble opinion, and in the opinion of the charts, if the things don't repeat themselves but necessarily rhyme, we're really much long overdue for a correction. We're overdue. Not that we're due anything for the markets. The markets don't owe us anything. But again, if we are going by patterns, statistics, probabilities, and things of that nature, right? Because that's all we can do in this game. Aren't we due for this downtrend? Aren't we due for this downtrend? Gang. I feel like that. What's that? Gang. Isn't that what she does? I should just do that for charting and stuff like that. Rah, rah, rah. um, but yeah, guys, what was her name? Good gosh, what was her name? Anyway, so if we have things repeat themselves for the DXY, it's been a while since I've said this. I think since we've had the first time ever this multi-year uptrend, right? Almost more than a decade now. Wouldn't it make sense that if in the past, when we have 5-year uptrends and multiple year downtrends, we're going to have at least a double decade downtrend? What's up, Chad? It is good to catch the stream. Hey, Chad's in the house. What's up, buddy? Pow, pow, pow. What's going on, my man? It only makes sense. And so we might stay in this uptrend, yeah, and finish out this channel that we've been in since 2008 until sometime maybe September 2024. But I do think inevitably, if I can say that right, that I do think we're gonna hit our limits and we will start making our moves to the downside. And yes, guys, let me show you guys. I'm gonna stick my neck out there like I always do. I think we'll see a downtrend all the way down to 59.43 for the DXY in the future. I really do. Because look at this, right? It's not hard to see this. If you're really looking at the long term, it's not hard to see that that's a downward slope. This is a weakening chart. Do you guys really think that the Fed, that the US government is going to get their act together and be able to show us such strength that the DXY, something that we print at will with nothing back in it, is going to somehow, some way gain so much strength that it's gonna go back to all-time highs and then some. Like, please let me know in the charts. Do you guys really think that that's a possibility for where we are right now, fundamentally, with everything that we know and where we are with our current leaders and where we are with our debt? Do you think that that's a strong possibility to happen? I'll be very curious to hear somebody's argument on why. Let me show you guys something else here, okay? Let me show you guys something else here. If you guys don't know, this is the US debt clock, all right? You tell me, you guys tell me, what's up, Brecho? How in the heck is anybody going to convince anyone that we're going to be able to fix this? Look at it. This is real time. This is real time. It never goes green. It's always putting us more and more in debt. Look at this number right up here, guys. Do you see this number? Look at it just tick away. That's amazing. Is it not amazing? It's nerve-wracking. I will say this, it is nerve-wracking to look at this number, right? It is insane to look at the national US debt clock and not have a panic attack. If you and I was to do this with our bank accounts, with our credit, we would have everything stripped of us, right? We would have our houses, our properties, our assets, everything would be taken from us. Matter of fact, we would probably be put in jail because we are in such debt. You hit the mute button unknowingly. Oh no. But like, right? Think of it that way, guys. If any of us regular US citizens, right, was to do anything like this, we would be stripped of all benefits in life, all assets in life. We'd more than likely be put in prison, right? Sorry for burping. Is that not crazy? But the US government can get away with this. The people in charge, there's no accountability. There's no game plan. There's no nothing. Look at this number tick. Do you see this number up and to the right? Or, I'm sorry, I guess this is your left. I don't know, your right, your left. Look at this number here, my friends. That is an insane thing to watch. Do you really think, really, honestly, truly think that the DXY, the dollar strength index chart, will go back to all-time highs and then some? What is going to bring strength other than war and the collapse of other economies across the globe? That is the only thing. That is the only thing that can make that happen. And even if that's still a facade, it's still just smoke and mirrors, right? That it would still just be a facade. It would still just be smoke and mirrors. But think about this as well. The U.S. government or the U.S. and I look, I'm a patriot. I love my country and stuff like this. But let's be real about things, right? The U.S. government. What's the one thing that everybody hates about the U.S.? We stick our nose where it doesn't belong. Think about what I just said. The one thing that's going to bring the US dollar back to that strength is conflict. What's the one thing that we do really well in the US? We stick our nose in places it doesn't belong, that it doesn't need to be, right? We get involved into conflict and wars. We manipulate situations. We embed ourselves into places that we should not be even, we have no business being in, right? Think about it. Think about it. What is the U.S. in business? What is the business of the U.S., I should say? I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to conspiracy theory. I'm on YouTube and stuff like that. But think about it, right? Think about, if you guys know anything about economics, war has a big part of that role. If you guys know anything about it doesn't even just have to be U.S. Think about that, right? So, yeah. Coffee. I love me some coffee. Welcome, everybody watching, guys. Again, don't forget, like the stream. Doesn't matter where you guys are watching, like the stream, hit that retweet or share it with your friends, families. It really would mean a lot to me. But yeah, just something to think about, guys, when it comes to the DXY, when it comes to the dollar, when it comes to being an investor and or trader, right? You gotta know these things. Let me get off the DXY. Let me go on into actually, you know what? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at bonds. I really would like to take a look at bonds because that's been kind of like the thing that has been floating around in my circles. Like, people have been asking, like, where do you park your capital, Tank? Like, if you're not investing into things, assets in the traditional markets or crypto, or, you're not buying real estate because things are funky in any one of those landscapes, like, where are you parking things? Well, one of them traditionally would be in bonds, right? And so let's go ahead and take a look at some of these yields for the U.S. bond, since I'm a U.S. resident. U.S. 1 year right now is yielding 5.35%. So you could park your money with with insurance. I hate that if you guys can't see it's insurance with some site type of insurance or certainty. Um, and get 5.35% on the 1 year with your bonds. The 2 year is yielding 4.96. The 3 year is yielding 4.73. The 5 year is yielding 4.55. The 10 year is yielding 4.54 as well. Just a couple of months ago, I think not even a year ago, not even a year ago, a year, one month ago, you were getting, I think 5%. It was, yeah, actually, let me see here. It was not on the 10 year. I think, was it the 5 year? Which one was giving 5% here? One of them was giving 5%. Oh, was it the 30 or 20? Da, 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 da. It was close. 30 year, 20 year. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was just close. Yeah, it was just close to here. The 2 year yield, US government bond 2 year yield was giving close to 5%. But yeah, so like really interesting times, right? Like I know I've been actually parking some of my capital, especially now that this tremendous time in the past couple of months for the indexes, the traditional index, the Muggle index charts, right? Like Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, and stuff like that. After that tremendous run up these past couple of months, like I've been really spreading out my capital, really diversifying. I have some in bonds, not right now, not anymore, right? I got into them when it was a little bit better. Bonds, I got into money markets, which were also yielding right around 5% on some of those money market accounts. And then I bought some real estate, and then I was lucky enough to again buy some of these indexes, some of these options, some of these commodities and plays that are out there as far as investing goes at the low over the past couple of days. Because we've been saying it over and over and over. When things are bloody, when things are fearful, but everybody else and their mama doesn't want it, that's what I want. That's when I'm paying attention, right? Right now, everybody is not starting now to start paying attention, and it's for multiple reasons, right? A lot of people, again, like I said earlier, think that the Fed is done when everybody else is now like, oh, it's lukewarm. Let me put my toes in. I've already been swimming, right? I'm acclimated. I've already been in there. My fingers are getting pruned because I've been in the water for so long. Now I'm even considering getting out and taking a rest break, right? I'm just going to let my float stay in the water and let everybody else partake with my float. If you guys are catching my drift, look at all these puns that I'm using with water and floating and stuff, guys. Feel like a genius right now. But right now, I'm considering getting out of the water and just leaving my float, my inner tube, for other people to float around with. I've already taken my profits. I've soaked up my fun, right? I've got all pruny. And now I'm trying to look at other ways to have fun. Maybe I'll go get me a margarita from the bar. That's a money market account. Maybe I'll go get me a sandwich to partake or some food to have while I'm drinking my margarita, guys. That's my real estate, right? I'm gonna go enjoy myself while everybody else pumps my positions that I've already been in, that I've already taken profit on. So again, not financial advice, and I'm definitely saying you can't do it. Not saying you can't do it now, but I'm telling you, if you guys have been watching the channel, the moves you guys should have been making is when everybody else was very, very exhausted, when everybody else was fearful, hurt, depressed, sad, unsure of themselves, right? Um, so yeah, just something to think about, guys. I think still with the yields on the bonds, There is some things to partake. Like guys, I do think like it's risky, but there's it's 5% on a 1 year. On a 1 year, you do the math. It's on the 2 year. Sorry, yeah, on the 2 year, it's 4.95. On the 5 year, I'm actually, I'll be very honest with you. I'm looking more on the 5 and the 10 year, just because of the way the DXY markets flow, our DXY market flows. And if I do think we're gonna have a multiple year downturn, like I want to see things, I want to be in a good position while that's happening and stuff like that. Like, ooh, excuse me. So I don't know. I'm happy with 4 or 5% yield on my money, with some sort of insurance. Again, I'm doing that. I've already made my double digit gains percent wise in crypto, in the Nasdaq, in the Russell and stuff like that. Like, let's just go and take a look at it again, guys. The Dow Jones on let me go on the 1 month. Look at this, guys. From the low here to here, we did it. We made a killing, right? We made a killing. You don't stay forever unless you have a huge time horizon, right? You don't Unless you have a humongous time horizon. You don't stay in that pot forever. You got to be fluid. You got to move. That's what money is made to do. But again, like excuse me. Let me go and show you guys again here on the daily time frame. Dow Jones daily time frame. Look at this. From the lows, not even from the absolute lows, from the lows back in October, basically a year ago from last year, to even where we are right now, that's 18%. At the highs, guys, that was 23%. I've made my moves. I've got my double digit gains, not even in crypto, in the traditional markets. So just something to think about. I've been talking about traditional markets for far too long. Let's actually jump on into Bitcoin, because I know a lot of people are looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at 37,000. It's up 4% today, baby. It's up 4% today. Still making those moves. Guys, still really loving my positions that I've taken profits in already. I've hit my triple plus plays using my 4x4 DCA strategy, combined with some other strategies that I've been showing you guys for a long, long time. Like, we hit this to a T. Hit this to a T. This is charts. If you guys don't believe me, ask Chad, ask other people. Matt Mill, that's been around for a long time. We've been showing these charts for a very long time. We haven't been moving any of these lines, these charts, these points of interest on our charts. Guys, if you use this 4x4 DCA strategy that I'm showing you right here, not financial advice, but if you guys have just been paying attention and watching what I've been showing you guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, you would have caught right here at the bottom of the lick, right there at that point, not at the very bottom, but to where we are now. That's 124%. That's 124% in little less than a year. That's amazing. That's amazing, right? Amazing. And I'm still in profits, coasting, emotionless, with my assets free and clear, with my my initial investment back in my pocket and then some, right? You guys got to be paying attention to this. Got to be paying attention to this, guys. We're now breaking away. We're now breaking away from the top of the transparent box that I've been showing you guys for a long, long time as well. And again, I will say, as we're trending, 37 to 40 is going to be a tremendous level of resistance. Let me just tell you guys that again. It's going to be a tremendous level of resistance. It's easy to see. Let me show you guys in the past here, this transparent box to basically that range of about 40,000 is right around here. Guys, it's an average of support and resistance in the past. And the reason why I'm telling you guys it's going to be really, really volatile going forward to that, there's a lot of key players that bought there that's going to be taking profits there, readjusting their portfolios there. And of course, previous support and resistance holds up as future support and or resistance going forward. So why wouldn't that be the case yet again, right? Amazing, amazing price action, amazing movement from Bitcoin in the past, right now, currently. And I definitely do think it's going to be happening in the future. Guys, here's some food for thought. To average all-time highs from where we are right now, it's 82%. It's 82% from average all-time highs, right? From the high to where we are right now, that's only 43%. You got to look at it both ways. You have to look at it both ways, because then you'll get caught up just thinking about in one direction. This game is a multiple angle, multiple direction kind of game. Like, you got to look at it all angles, guys. From the highs to the lows, we're only 43% away. 43% away, my friends. We made that move, and then some. By the way, I want to tell you guys right here, here's something else to think about, right? Here's some perspective for you guys to think about. Again, where we are right now to all-time highs, right, is 86%, give or take. 86%. Let me remind you guys some food for thought, some insight from the lows to where we are right now. We've already done that and then some. We've already done that and then some on the charts in less than a year. In less than a year. That's something to think about. I'm going to repeat it one more time because I think people do not understand this, right? They don't understand this. Again, let me show you guys from where we are right now, this dotted line to basically all-time highs. It's just shy or right at 90, but let's just say 89, 90%, right? To all-time highs. From where we were just at the low, little less than a year ago, to where we are right now, my friends, the percent move in the charts is 136% to the upside for Bitcoin's price action. We are not far from all-time highs. We're not. And it's not my opinion. It's right there in front of your face. We've done that and then some. We have percent to spare. Think about it, guys. We have the halving coming. What if we did another 136% move? 136, let's just do 134. That's going to put us at new all-time highs at 85,692 for Bitcoin. That's a realistic, sustainable, maintainable, and real projection after the halving. I really do think that we're not going to get probably more than a 200% gain on the charts after the halving. I don't think that, that we should expect much more than that. I think if you conservatively expect 200% price action move to the upside for Bitcoin's price, percent-wise or less, you're being realistic, right? I'm just saying, is it choppy? Is it choppy for some reason right now? Could you guys let me know in the chats? Is the stream okay? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that that's realistic? I mean, if we get a 200% move from where we are right now, just right now, from where we are right now, that's what puts us at 100. Let me just, we're going to get it right here. Let's put us at 100, just shy of $110,000 for Bitcoin. I'm sorry, I don't know what was going on, guys. We have a little bit of overcast right now. I see things struggle busing a little bit, a little laggy, so I apologize for that. But still looks okay. But yeah, guys, I think, would anybody in their right mind be mad at $110,000 Bitcoin? I don't think we're going to get so when you say big move, Matt, it's all about perspective, right? A big move from where we are right now in comparison to what we just recently saw. What do you mean by big move? Because some people would say a 10, 20% move down would be a big move, right? Let's go from here to basically support, right? That's 28%. Let's just say 30. Let's say 28 to 30% would be a big move. That still just puts us at $26,000. That's still really, really strong. That's still really, really strong for 25. So $26,000, right? That's still, if you look at that, that's still, the price action just going back and back testing our previous lines of support. Look, I have this yellow line right here. Oops, let me get my big face out of the way. I have this yellow line right here. Oops, right there at right around 28.9. Yeah, we can do that with momentum and stuff like that, but that's basically just retesting and laying it down a foundation level of support for us to build upon long-term into the halving. So even if we did have that big move down, I wouldn't even say that's a big move. That's just a stereotypical expected move to retest support. But that's also a big, big reason why I always say, while you're in profits, consider taking profits off the table, right? Retro says, so you're saying you're seeing the signs of an early bull forming. I'm a bit skeptical. We might still be in a false start and people propped up the hopium. Yeah, you could be right, but that's actually leading right into what I was saying. That's actually just leading right into what I was saying, right? I'm not definitely not trying to give people hopium. Like, let me be very, very honest with you guys, right? I don't know what's going to happen. And yes, it's fair in the game of trading and investing. There's manipulation all over the place, right? Um, I'm prepared for the 200 SMA strategy all the way down here, my friends. Like I really, really am. Let me actually go to another chart here for Bitcoin. Let me go to another chart here for Bitcoin here. That's not it. This is it, right? I'm prepared. Oops. Take this off. I'm prepared for us to go back down and test the previous lows and then some. That's why I've already taken profits. That's why I've already hit my triple plus play. That's why I'm already just basically sitting on the sidelines watching the things that I was actually able to capture in profits, sit and ride it out. Because we don't know. And that's the honest truth. We don't know. I'm just giving you guys some perspective, some things that other people are thinking about, right? And this is including the whales when they're looking at the Bitcoin charts. Now, this is the Bitcoin life, right? This is the entirety of the charts. I'm going to go to the weekly time frame here and show you guys the halvings, which are these parallel lines right here, right? And we have only 3 phases. We have only 3 phases in the Bitcoin cycle. We have an appreciation phase, or AKA bull run. We have a depreciation, which is the bear market, and anticipation phase, which is leading up to the halvings, right? And we see that happening thus far in the Bitcoin chart, right? We have, except for the first one. After the first halving, though, we had an appreciation or bull run, depreciation, bear market, and anticipation phase. And right now, you can see that we are still in this long-term trend, still intact here, of support over the past 2, not the third, but the past 2, right? We're in the second one right now. And right now, the patterns are still just playing out exactly how they should be playing out, right? We're seeing our anticipation phase come to a conclusion here. And usually, right? Usually, if you front ran the appreciation phase or bull market phase here, it didn't matter where. It got hurt if you did it, here, and you had to ride it out here. But if you front ran, if you got in, is what I'm saying, anytime in this anticipation phase before the halving, you still did remarkably well because you front ran the halving, right? That's just a fact. That's not saying that's going to happen yet again. Literally, this time it could be different. I hate that saying, but it's true, right? Like it is until it's not. And right so far, right now, we can only stay true to knowing that it's been thus far true. You know? So if I just take a position or use a proper risk management DCA strategy to DCA during the anticipation phase of the halving, I should be okay. Like if I did a proper DCA strategy here, right, I would have maybe not just put in everything here. I would have been DCAing this whole time because I'm DCAing during the anticipation phase. So I would have got a plethora of these positions here. It didn't matter. Maybe on the way up, on the way back down, I would have laddered myself in, lowered my average price, and then I would have saw myself in massive gains. Let's just say from the average here, boom, I DCA'd that way using a dynamic 4x4 DCA strategy. From the top to where I DCA'd, I would have saw 862% gains on spot percent wise on the charts for Bitcoin's price action. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Same thing as here, right? Like let's just say I averaged and I got right in the middle here with the anticipation phase, right? In the past, knowing what we know, and if it does hold similar, not necessarily exactly, but similar to the top, I would have got 5,389% gains from just my average buy in the anticipation phase for Bitcoin's price action leading up to the halving, right? Not even getting the best position, just DCAing in the middle. That's it, right? So again, I don't know where the tops or bottoms are. That's not my job. My job is to look at the probabilities, the price action in the past, statistics, and fundamentals. Right? Excuse me. Gosh, dang it. All these burping ASMRs. So again, I don't want to. I hope I'm not coming off as trying to give off hopium or bull vibes, because I don't know. We don't know. This could be the one time everything breaks and falters, but let's just see again everything on the way up gets lowered and lowered as far as percent goes because you need more liquidity to come into the market to pump the price, right? Like I was saying, I think a 200% gain on the charts would be tremendous. We're seeing that kind of happen now where we've gotten 5,000 from the middle, from the average DCA, from the middle of the anticipation phase, not from the low, just the average, right? Because we don't know where the bottoms are. We're just averaging into the anticipation phase, DCAing into it. We had a 5,389% move to all-time highs. The second one after that, right? Again, we're just going to take on average, just average. From there to the high, we saw that get cut almost more than half, but it was almost 1,000, right? It's 935% on the charts. So again, we're seeing it get dramatically reduced every single time. So let's just say this time from the average, and let's just say the average is somewhere where we are right here, like boom, right here, just right where we are, a little bit below that, right? To 200% gain. Look at this. A 200% gain would give us a price of right under 100,000, right under 100,000, right? That still gives me a 200. Like, if I'm being conservative and realistic with my expectations of price action for Bitcoin, and knowing the amount of capital that's going to be needed to come in to even pump it up to that amount, and knowing the fundamentals that we're dealing with on a global scale as far as our economy goes. Yeah, I think I'm in a good position. I think I'm going to just take that risk of laddering in or DCAing into the anticipation phase. Even if we have a move down, like, right? I just, we can't even go from this trend line that's so far been holding up. Even if we come back down to here, that's still right around 29 from that move to there. That's still, that still puts me in a good move. So I'm sorry, I'm kind of going into a rat, but like, that's just the way that I'm looking at things when it comes to Bitcoin specifically. Who cares if we have a move down, right? The anticipation phase and knowing what we know just kind of tells me everything that I need to know. Not to say that, that's going to be what plays out, because we don't know. And please practice proper risk management. Don't use money that you can't afford to lose, expect to lose it. But do your best, do your due diligence, do your homework, and try to make sound investment decisions. But nothing's guaranteed. That's just the way that I'm looking at things right now. Like, the anticipation phase is the phase that I want to be front running the appreciation phase. So, tank ranting gasp. Right. Like, it's been, I feel so bad. Anyway, yeah, I've been ranting. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just get off of that real quick. Let me go into some of these other charts. I'm really liking Bitcoin's price action though right now. Like, look at this, guys. 38,000. If we go to 38 in next, today, tomorrow, what do I think about moving USDC for the time being? Lending that out on Nolus and using rewards to DCA. I think that's smart. I mean, and again, I wouldn't just say like just do Nolus. To be very honest with you, I've been doing that a lot recently with a little bit of a twist, with staking rewards and things. After hitting my triple plus play, like, and staking things, like, I've been taking things and putting it into Noble USDC. I still have some Axelar USDC as well, but Kujira is a phenomenal place to be putting your USDC to work, whether you have Noble or Axelar USDC there as well. Yeah, it varies from 33 to 40. I was gonna bring up Kujira in a little bit, but yeah, it does have a huge vary. But like, still, again, if you're looking at like gaining yield from your stable, which should relatively be the safe call, right? Like, it's kind of hard to say that because we all saw what happened with Terra and stuff like that, and people trying to do the responsible thing with their stable there. But 3%, 3 to 4% it's a win all day long on stables for me. Like, right? Like, I think one of the things that I would like to see more of is people practicing things like, look at Bitcoin ripping, by the way. Holy shit. 37,633, up 5.56% right now. Jeez Louise. Look at this, guys. Like I said, 38 by the end of the day. It might actually go to 38 while we're streaming right now. Holy smokes. That's that IBC gang. Inspire, believe, create, power happening right there live in front of you. Yeah, I can definitely show that. But yeah, I think that's a smart play. I think using your stables in a more um common way. I will say right now, I want people to get away from we were saying on a stream yesterday, like, oh, bring Web 2 people to Web 3. Like, think about that saying that people use. Excuse me. And I know it's like a catchy thing to say, but Web 3 needs to think of how they're going back to Web 2 practices, like money market accounts, private equity funds, uh, bonds, things like that, things that have been very strong, powerful tools for normal muggle people for a long, long time, is the things that we need to start utilizing in blockchain, just in a more transparent, faster, and without all the middlemen, like, right, on a cost effective kind of way. That's what we need to do. I hate when people say, oh, we're bringing Web 3 to bringing Web 2 to Web 3, like we're gonna reinvent the wheel or something like that. All we're trying to do, guys, with Web 3, with blockchain, in my humble opinion, is we're trying to optimize and be more proficient with the practices and the things that we already have in the real world. That's all, like, that blockchain is trying to do. We're not trying to reinvent, other than Bitcoin, but we're not trying to reinvent things. We're just trying to make things that we currently have better, faster, cheaper, more transparent, you know? So, like, I think people need to start really practicing saying that in reverse. Like, what can the Web 3 reach out to and tap into with Web 2? That's where we're going to find the real strong use case. That's where we're going to find the big adoption. That's where we're going to see a lot of things getting integrated in between Web 2 and Web 3. That's where we're going to start seeing in our day-to-day lives, right? Like, that's the narrative that I want people to start saying, more than what can we bring from Web 2 into Web 3. Like, no, no, no. What can we bring from Web 3 into Web 2? So, using your USDC for lending and gaining a smaller yield than most people would like to when it comes to using assets in Web 3 is smart, in my humble opinion. And it's super smart. 4%, 3%. That's good. That's good money right there. That's good money right there. When I'm kind of older than a lot of other people that I know in my circles of blockchain, but I'll tell you right now, I remember when I was learning finance, when I was learning money, when I was learning simple banking and checkings and savings accounts, my mom them used to always be like, back in the day, if you could get your savings account to earn you 1%, like your traditional banking account to give you 1% on your savings every year, that would be enough for you to retire on. Back then, right? And again, that's like, I was born in the 80s and stuff like that, early 80s. Um, but like, you got to look at that kind of same stuff. It's still, it was true back then. Granted, we have inflation, all that stuff, but it's still true to this day. If you can gain 3 to 4% on stables, that's amazing. Yeah, 5% on a CD last month, amazing, right, Chad? People have been so spoiled over the last decade or two when it came to everything, basically, in the financial world. Like, you could borrow money to buy a house less than a decade ago for fucking nothing. Sorry, YouTube, I swear again. For nothing. And that's insane. You can't lend out money with no interest rate, right? To people who weren't making enough money to borrow that money in the first place. Like, there was no consequence. There was no repercussions. People were just getting, and being like fed on a silver. I love silver, by the way. Gold and silver platter, and it's not realistic. It's not maintainable. It's not sustainable. And now we're finding ourselves in the position that we're in because of these things, right? Same thing with crypto people. Crypto people, one of the biggest Achilles heels that we have is that we think for some reason everything's gonna 1000x. Let me tell you something right now. Other than Kujira and other some really cool bullish things, most of your crypto favorites are not gonna. They're not gonna go back to all-time highs. They're not gonna 1000x. They might do a couple hundred x's or whatnot, but they're gonna be few and far between. Let me just tell you that right now, especially with regulation and everything else, and the landscape is just changing every freaking day, every month. It's just different now. The heyday, the past two cycles, I hate to break it to you, You're early in some retrospects, but you're not early in the percent gains anymore. You're just not. You mean you might be in comparison to some other stuff, but like you're never gonna reach the glory days that your grandfather's telling you about his crypto journey, or where it's back in the day where I got a 5,000x on Bitcoin. Not happening, my friends. You know what it's gonna take for Bitcoin to 2x? You know how much money it's gonna take for Bitcoin to 2x? Same thing as like gold, right? Like we talk about gold all the time. We talk about gold and precious metals on this channel quite a bit, actually. But like, let me just, you know what it's going to take for gold? Where the hell's my gold? To 2x, my friends? And gold's supposed to be it's the gold standard. You know how much money is going to have to come in for gold to 2x to basically get just under $4,000? A ton. A ton. That's why I like silver better, by the way. Silver getting hammered recently, but I'm still DCAing into silver. And I'm still, by the way, yes, I'm still DCAing into PAAS. Y'all don't believe me that, but I am. I'm waiting for these zones right here. I'm waiting for these zones right here. I'm still doing it. I don't care what anybody tells me. It's down 9% today. Wow. Maybe today is a good day to get into it. Maybe not, though. We'll just wait. I've already taken profits. I haven't done anything recently, though. But any idea what's going to happen with all the people barring the USDC to put into leverage buys and BTC corrects under 30K? Does everyone lose? No, that's a good question. I'd have to actually look into, because I admittingly, even though we're sponsored by Kujira, are you talking about just Kujira or like basically all of them? I don't know how every one of those work. They're all a little bit different, but obviously they're going to get liquidated, right? Like people are going to get liquidated. Mm. I'll tell you who's not going to lose for Kujira, the stakers, because you get part of that. That's the beautiful thing about Kujira, right? uh, by the way, let me go here. Let me get off the weekly too, so this looks more dramatic. Look at Kujira right now, guys. Look at Kujira right here. It probably would be similar across the board. But guys, I just want to say 99 boo boo, stick your head in doo doo. Chad, tell him. Chad, tell him. You know, my friend, we showed this chart about Kujira a long time ago. 4x4 DCA strategy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guys, I mean, do you see what I'm seeing? Do y'all see what I'm seeing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4x4 DCA strategy. If you guys want to know more, not financial advice, but go check it out on the YouTube channel. Just look up on IBC Gang's YouTube channel, 4x4 DCA strategy. You know what I'm talking about. From the, look, guys, from, let's just say from here, because this was the 4x4 DCA strategy, right? And we set this in retrospect, but like, guys, from the second bar to where we are right now, you're up 486%. From the third zone, you're up 713%. From the freaking low, wick low here to the high, you're up 1,000%. At 400 Kuji tracked in my CMC, so I didn't buy more. Then I noticed it was an old position that had already sold. Sad life. Oh no. Oh no. Is there a tool to see pending Kujiri unstaking? Let me actually, I thought there was, but is there not? Hold on. Was there one? Let me check a Brave browser. Hold on one second. Hold on. I don't think it's on here, but let me double check. Excuse me. No, there's not on Smart Stake Analytics. There's not. Wow, I like totally did this with my head to see. Oh no, there is. Okay, yes. Let me share this with you guys. Here, let me share this with you guys real quick. Here you go. So you guys can check this out here. It's smart. I like to use them. Smart Stake Analytics. It will show you. Let me stop sharing this screen here. See if I can share with you guys this window. No, the entire screen. Yeah, here. I'll just share my entire screen with you guys. Check the screen. So this is Smart Stakes Analytics with my Brave browser. This is using the Kujira blockchain here. And you guys can see here, the pending undelegations on the daily, there's 58.8 thousand being undelegated as we speak on the daily. On the weekly, there's 456,000 being undelegated. There's 2.3 million being undelegated right now. The percent staked, which is a good thing, it's over 50% right now, 50.2%. Again, this might vary a little bit, right? This is coming from just one location, but you can kind of see here, and you can kind of go and also into these validators and see which ones are the ones that have the big unstakes, right? Oh, excuse me, or unlockings with their stakes. But let me go here. So auto stake, you can see if you go to the bottom here, total pending undelegation amount right here. They have just in theirs, they have 387,000 being undelegated at the moment. So this is a really cool tool. I like when I'm sleuthing around, I like to use this. Golden ratio staking has 85,000 of that being unstaked right now. King Nodes is one of my favorite validators here. They have 16, so not bad. That's why Oni validator has 15,000 being unstaked right now. Let's see here. Whisper node's pretty cool. I think shout out to Timmy them. That's their node. 20,000. Let me see here. Which one do you guys want to see? Pikachu? Pikachu has a pretty good amount. 94,000 being undelegated right now. Kujira has only 76,000. Not bad, Kujira. Let's see everybody's friend Denku, right? Denku has a huge amount being undelegated right now for his own. It's 188,000 Kuji being undelegated right now. So between Denku and AutoStake alone, you're seeing close to 500,000 being undelegated from the top two validators. Probably sell off right now, right? Probably sell off right now. But yeah, guys, if that's a great tool, don't forget, like the channel, subscribe, let people know. But yeah, something that you guys can use to help you off in your trading or investing. Let me go into some more charting real quick. I've been talking a lot, guys. I'm sorry. I woke up, I saw the power that was happening in the charts, and I was like, I gotta stream, man. I'm sorry for ranting all the time, guys, but I love you guys to death for sticking with me here. Again, Bitcoin, 37,572. It's up 5.42% on the day. Looking really, really good. If you guys go and take a look on the daily time frame, you're seeing rounding RSIs to the downside. So a little bit of breathier action taking place right now with the RSIs. We are in positive money flow. We are growing. Yesterday, we had a trigger buy dot. That should have been a signal. We didn't cover anything and showed you guys that, but it was there. If you go and take a look at dot is actually up 2.74% on the day. We just recently popped back into the positive money flow for dot, even though I have a lot of people who also like dot. There's better plays for me. I just think, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to FUD dot. I will say we called dot a long time ago on that yellow line here. At 3,000. God, I can't get your freaking sayings right. $3.61. But yeah, so good move on that. Solana up 12%, 12.652. I'm sorry, 12.61%. We are coming back up to previous rejection points. I would think that this probably holds up because look at this here. Previous rejection points. Let's see if that holds up yet again. If not, Solana could pop. Solana could pop really freaking hard. If not just because of the manipulation and because people are backing it. We do have a trigger buy dot right now showing RSI is pointing straight upwards, positive money flow. Looking really good on the Solana side of things right now. Ethereum having a good pop as well, almost up 3%, 2.94% as we make this video. We're coming up to this level of resistance right now, which is right around 1937. Guys, probably going to be holding up as resistance. I want to see it ping pong in between 1808 and 1937. If that happens and we stay above 1808, I think that'd be a really good sign for Ethereum. But yeah, right now on market cipher B, though, we are showing a green trigger buy dot, rounding RSIs back to the upside, positive money flow. Ethereum is pretty wonky though, so be taking profits again, not financial wise. Adam having a good day, almost up to $9, 3.34% up on the day. We are coming back up to testing on the daily time frame, the 200 SMA. We're just above it right now. Good for you because we've broken away from this long-term trend line of resistance that was holding Adam's price action underwater. But now we've cut above that. And I would think that the 200 SMA is going to be holding up as some sort of key level, maybe resistance for a short while, as we try to figure out if we're going to use it as a springboard of support and bounce off it like we did in the past. If we can, I think there is a good probability of us running back up to that mid $12 range and then maybe making a push to that $14 range. A lot of things actually have to change. There's a lot of things actually happening right now that will maybe change the narrative, the fundamentals for Atom. But we got to see what happens, right? John says, let altcoin daily tell it. Chainlink will probably flip BTC. Yeah. I'm not that bad when I get on my rants, but I just got to stick in my rants. If not, then I get all flustered and start saying things backwards because I'm a little dyslexic. Anyway, Kuji up 26.15. Shout out to the channel sponsor. Shout out to Dead Right Dove. Shout out to the Kujira network. Shout out to everybody that was a hater. Shout out to everybody that didn't listen. Shout out to everybody that was trying to FUD Kujira, right? Look, guys, I'm going to be very honest. I'm on the Juno Operation sub now, but I'm going to show love where love is, where it should be, man. Shout outs to everybody in the Kujira network. Look at you guys showing everybody how it's done. Heads down, do the right things, be genuine, just build. And it will, like, what is that? The field of dreams? Just build and it will come. Do it. Do the dang thing. Love it, fam. Really loving it. It's up at $3.74. Was up currently all the way to $3.80 in the recent couple of hours. But since then have come back down. Guys, amazing. Actually, what I want to do is I want to take a moment and go take a look. Because right now, basically how you're going to get Kujira is you got to go on Kujira and buy it, right? Let me go on Fin. Let me go on Fin right now. You can get it with USK. You can get it with USDC. You can get it with Atom. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these buy levels here. Let me show you guys here. Shout out to all the Kujira haters. Eat a dick. I'm just hey, I don't care if I get monetized on YouTube. Whatever. It's not. I'm not here for that. I do care. I was just joking. Look, YouTube, don't cancel me. Let's go here. We'll stick with limit. Let's see. Look, we got a pretty big buy wall or sell happening at 360 here. Can you guys see my? Yeah, you guys can see that. We have a pretty good sell amount happening here at 360. Really, really small on Kujira right now. Other than that, we have some people. Look at this. We have 385. People putting up sales at 395, obviously $4. Not big. They're not big sales, though. They're not big sales, to be honest with you. There's one at $5 for sure. Look at these degenerates. $5. Somebody's already ready. They're like, I'm putting it up there. $5. I spotted you. Look at you. So we do have the biggest sales are going to be right now, as I can see it, 360. There's one. It's probably the same wallet doing this, by the way. 360, 385, 395, $4, 450. The obvious places, right? Every 25 and then every 50 cent all the way up. $5. Look at you guys. Let me see the buys though. Where's the biggest buys coming from? 320. Some people wanting to get it. 320, 358. I'm sorry, 331. I'm sorry. 331, 320. Small buys there. Let me see. Oops. Oops. Shit. Oh shit. Sorry. That was that. Let me go to this one. Let me go to USDC. I need to see it. Come on. I need to see it. Come on now. There we go. This is a little bit better here. Look, we got some people with USDC ready to make some buys here. We got people buying it at $3.03. We got a lot of people wanting to sell it here at 350, 341. Is that where we at right now? No. What? Is this caught up here? Okay, there we go. So we got some we got some buys wanting to buy at 303, 305, 259. I'll probably, ooh, look at this, 186. There's somebody ready to buy about a good little chunk there at 386 on Kujira. Let me go to Axelar. What's that look like? Look at this person at 340. Somebody's got some Axelar ready to buy at 340. There we go. Nice. Cause of massive price fluctuations with wrap BTC. I don't know. Nope. I took your advice. I took your heads up and ran with it, man. I didn't even look back. I just took that. I took that heads up and ran with it, bro. I didn't even care. I was like, I'm out. I'm gone. Oops. So let me get out of here, guys. Let me wrap this up. Let me wrap this up real quick. Let me bring on some good shout out. Shout out to you again though, man. Juno having a little bit of a down day, down 1.25% after having a humongous run up. It's only to be expected to have a little bit of a downturn. I will say though, this does look like somewhat like of a flag pattern. Maybe no, it's a little wonky. As long as we don't break down past about 46 cents, I'm Gucci, as Robo likes to say. I'm Gucci. Shout outs to the Juno Network. Again, guys, we'll have that charter going soon and everything moving on that front. And then I think there's a lot of, we're going to talk about, we'll make a whole different live stream and video about Juno. Evmos. Oh, by the way, there's the noise airdrop for Juno, I believe. Let me give you guys this real quick. I think so. If you guys have been staking Juno, there's that airdrop. Again, do your own due diligence. Don't get cooties. I might have already gotten cooties, but you guys can check out that airdrop. And also, there was the airdrop for Stargate, not for Kujira as well. Don't let me forget that as well. There was that that airdrop for Kuji stakers, right? Don't forget that as well, guys. What was it? NSTK. I bought me some NSTK as well. Not financial advice. I just, man, anything on Kujira right now is just like, I'm buying it. I don't care. So yeah, let me move on. Juno down with the Evmos. Interesting stuff happening with Evmos, guys. Them basically moving away from the Cosmos transactions. Not basically, they are moving away from Cosmos transactions. What do you guys think about that? That was pretty interesting to see. Osmosis 135 on the percent move today. It's back to 53 cents. Injective up 4% as well, 1764. Big moves. I want to finish up with talking about Link. Link is up 3.65%, 75.82. Shout out to Tenement Timmy. He loves his Link. And there was another one. We talked about Injective. There was another one I wanted to talk to you guys about. What was I going to talk to you guys about? Yeah. I was going to talk about something. Yeah, I can't forget it. Fetch AI also up 10% as well. Two little local two little local bids filled a day ago and already up 59%. You talking about the N? What for which one? For NS something on Kujira, or which ones? Shout out to you, Ambito, by the way. Hope your day is going well, brother. Kuji EcoCoin. Yeah. Yeah, it's been interesting. It's going to be real interesting if they actually get that centralized exchange listing that Crypto Man Rand keeps talking about. That's going to be super, super interesting. Yeah. Pyrus up as well. Wow. Amazing day. Amazing day so far, guys. I'm sorry. I woke up today, no script, nothing in mind. Saw the price action, was like, let's get it. Let's get it. I don't need to have any kind of thing scripted. Let's just talk about it. Guys, Bitcoin up 5.69%. Might go to 38 today. Today, my friends. Anyway, that's what I got for today. I think I'm gonna go hang out with the Rack FM crew and see what the hell they're talking about. With that being said, I really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. With that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Peace. Take